flying amidst the wreckage of planets ravaged by Knull's relentless warpath, the Silver Surfer detects a troubling phenomenon: the gradual dimming of the universe's light. Amidst this cosmic chaos, he also picks up on the overwhelming anguish and despair radiating from Dylan Brock, who mourns the loss of his father, Eddie Brock. Back in the city, Sue Storm urgently communicates with her husband, emphasizing the need for swift action, as Blade and the Vampire Nation struggle to hold back Knull's symbiote-augmented horde, which threatens to overrun everything. Meanwhile, at the Fantastic Four's headquarters, Mr. Fantastic successfully decodes the drive that Wraith entrusted to Eddie. He makes a significant discovery, identifying the sigil of the God of Light on the drive and linking it to Dylan's newfound powers. As Reed ponders the strangely familiar energy signature, Susan anxiously implores her husband to pick up the pace. Spider-Man, empathetic to Dylan's situation, advises him that he doesn't have to face the danger outside. Reed coordinates with his allies, instructing them to prioritize Dylan's protection at all costs. Despite Spider-Man's attempts to offer support, Dylan's emotions intensify, and his eyes turn black with red spirals as he vehemently expresses the need to unleash his pain upon something or someone. In the midst of the battlefield, Spider-Man reminds his comrades that most of Knull's minions were once innocent civilians, now possessed by symbiotes. Wolverine, frustrated, firmly declares that he refuses to resort to lethal measures. Mockingly, the symbiote-controlled Captain America taunts Dylan, questioning his ability to defeat them, and hurls his shield at the boy. However, Dylan catches the shield with astonishing ease and clarifies that he's just borrowing it for the moment. With unwavering determination, Dylan addresses Knull, while Captain America, still under the symbiote's influence, charges at him with a fierce roar. Dylan raises his hand and unleashes a powerful blast that separates Captain America from the symbiote, causing the hero to collapse to the ground. In the meantime, Knull, writhing in pain, notices Dylan on the battlefield and extends a hand of living abyss to capture him. Just as Knull's immense hand is about to grab Dylan, a sudden bolt of lightning strikes it, piercing a hole through Knull's physical form. Roaring with frustration, Knull begins to regenerate, recognizing the potency of the attack. Dylan reveals that the power is none other than lightning and introduces himself to the thunder god, Thor Odinson. Together, they work in unison, freeing many of the symbiote-infected civilians and heroes from Knull's malevolent control. Furious, Knull angrily leaps from the top of the Empire State Building, landing menacingly before them. Thor, with a sarcastic remark about drunkenly smiting one of Knull's pet dragons in the past, tries to taunt the Dark God. Undeterred, Knull shows his fangs and asserts that Thor has never encountered someone like him before. Unimpressed by Knull's self-proclaimed titles, Thor interrupts, determined to teach Knull what it truly means to be a God King. With a powerful thrust, Thor hurls Mjolnir at the Dark God, who responds by sprouting draconic wings and lunging forward. Swiftly evading Thor's attack, Knull seizes the opportunity to grip Thor's throat and claws at his face, leaving a deep gash. Slamming Thor to the ground, Knull ignores Dylan's attempt to help and proceeds to envelop him in the living abyss. Threatening to force him to watch as his friends and allies succumb to Knull's horde one by one. Thor manages to free himself from Knull's grasp, prompting the Dark God to claim ownership of Earth. Defiantly, Thor declares that Midgard and the other realms are under his protection, and he has defeated countless avatars of death and primordial gods. Enraged by Thor's defiance, he strikes Knull with all his might, tearing off the Dark God's lower jaw. Surprisingly, Knull retaliates, using the living abyss to create a new lower jaw and manifest his necrosword. Sneaking up from behind, he impales Thor, vowing to make the God of Thunder witness the destruction of the world. As the symbiote-possessed Celestials wreak havoc on the city, Professor X warns everyone about the unfolding catastrophe. Thor prepares to confront the Celestials, but Knull is quick to attack again. Claiming that he can sense Thor's past encounter with All Black, he takes pride in being the one to end Thor's life, while ensuring Earth's destruction at the same time. As Reed witnesses Thor's disappearance in a state of panic, Iron Man quickly communicates, revealing his plan to confront the Celestials. However, he emphasizes the urgent need to rescue Dylan first. With determination, Iron Man transforms his symbiote back into its dragon form and employs it to seize control of one of the Celestials, launching an attack against the other. Regrettably leaving Thor behind, still impaled by his necrosword, Knull coldly approaches Dylan, asserting that the boy's only family left is now himself, as he addresses Dylan as his son. Despite his mortal wounds, Thor instructs Hyojin and Yunin to seek out the one cosmic hero he knows has confronted Knull and survived, to aid them in this desperate situation. Acknowledging that the God of Light, the source of Dylan Brock's powers and Knull's adversary, cannot intervene as long as Earth remains under Knull's dome, the Silver Surfer proclaims that he can help. With great speed, he heads toward Earth, accompanied by the Cosmic Ravens, determined to confront the looming threat.